In order to drive a semi-trailer truck with high-cost performance, Debbie Al bought an 8-handed new truck and then spent a lot of rupees to convert it into a 3-axle semi-trailer tractor. However, the modification process is not so simple. First, they need to remove the rear axle of the original vehicle. Before, this truck was a single-axle tractor, so to convert it into a double-axle truck, the masters need to dismantle many parts. In the future, they will have to install another rear axle, so they have to dismantle the traction seat first. In order to change the installation position of the traction seat in the future, the masters also have to dismantle it to facilitate the subsequent renovation and maintenance. In the future, they will use another day to lengthen the beam by half a meter. This time, they need to change the original position of the scale. When installing the new scale steel plate, they first use furniture to fix the installation, and then use electric welding to simply weld and fix the scale. In order to improve the overall firmness between the scale and the large, the masters will use a low-end electric drill to make the opening. Masters who have used electric drills know that the hole-making process seems simple, but it is actually as dangerous as 5 stars. If the master who is responsible for operating the electric drill does not have good arm strength and experience, it is easy to get into trouble. The masters are all experienced. After a lot of operation, all the fixing holes have been processed. Next, they need to use the traditional hot wool process to fix it. The 2 masters cooperated tacitly and installed all the anchors between the beam and the beam. The beam was installed back. In order to improve the overall firmness of the traction seat, the masters also used more firm anchors to fix the steel plates on both sides. In this process, the 3 masters cooperated tacitly and quickly fixed the steel plates on both sides. Then the young master only needs to do a good job of anti-rusting. In order to increase the height of the traction seat, a thickened steel plate will be welded and fixed on the side when installing the traction seat bottom plate. Because the position of the traction seat has been changed, they need to use the electric drill to drill the fixing holes again. For the single-point suspension, the push rod needs to be matched. The masters need to work overtime to install the trailer's traction seat in place. The next day, the suspension plate can be installed. The number of steel plates for this truck is still in place. If nothing unexpected happens, this is another truck that is overloaded by its own weight. At that time, in order to facilitate the installation of the rear foot, the masters first lifted the beam with the help of the chain and then used the high-end air cannon to tighten the riding bolt. After all the suspension, steel plates of the bridge are tightened, the modified rear axle can be installed in place. In order to save costs, the owner of the second car, although this truck has been converted into a 3-axle truck, the drive is still the previous single axle. For example, the rear axle at the back is only an ordinary rear axle. After the truck beam is modified, the refurbished and repaired cab can be installed. At that time, finally, the renovation has been completed. How many rupees should we charge for such a hasty renovation?